Welcome to the evening yoga class where we do half hatha yoga, half restorative. And I do have people on occasion go, what's hatha? Hatha really is just the physical practice of yoga that we all do. That's what's popular. And there's lots of different versions of hatha yoga. Like you'll hear people say, oh, flow or vinyasa, and you'll hear them say ashtanga or power yoga, but it's all hatha. It's all under the umbrella of hatha. The word hatha means sun and moon. So the true meaning of hatha when we're doing this practice is we're trying to balance all the different aspects of ourselves, create a union. Remember, yoga, the word actually means union, to unite. So we're bringing ourselves together and integrating. That's the whole first part of the practice. And then at the end, we do restoration. All right, so we do restorative postures, and you will need props for that: a bolster, blanket, blocks. Okay, let's get started. We are going to start out on the floor today. Ooh, very interesting. It's always interesting. So is yin. Yin is always interesting. Okay. Oh, I don't have a pocket in these tights. Oh, bummer. So let's start out on the floor. You do not need your bolster or anything quite yet, but grab at least a block or two, because we're going to start out doing a supported bridge and then go from there. So grabbing a block or two, bringing your feet flat on the mat, and then lifting up and taking your block right underneath the sacrum, right underneath the pelvis. And then letting your legs extend from there, opening up the front of the hips, letting your arms extend. And then from there, we're going to actually bring our feet in, arms come to your side, and then lift your legs straight up. So you're being supported by one block. This is basically a variation of shoulder stand. We're going to be doing that today. We're just getting a little bit of support there with the block, and then lowering those feet. And see if you can add a second block now, right underneath the pelvis. And you can hold it there, extend your arms. And then if you're able to, extend your legs. Now, if it starts tweaking your back, if it starts hurting your back or pinching the back, it might mean that you need to just move the blocks down a little bit towards the tailbone, then try that again. If it's still not quite right, then maybe this is just a little too much and you need to lower onto one block. All right. And then bringing the feet in, arms coming to your side. And again, we're going to lift the legs up. So it's like a supported shoulder stand, holding it there. And this is very restful for the heart, for the upper body. It helps to settle the forces that get drawn up into the head. It helps settle them down, move them down. So if you're of Vata body type constitution, which is dominant in ether and air, what happens with ether and air, it just spins around. It creates chaos if it's moving too quickly inside of the body. And we need to move that down so that Vata can start feeling calm. If you're a person that has a lot more fire in your constitution, you're what we call a Pitta. What happens with Pitta people is they get mentally overactive and they get mentally stressed. They're constantly trying to solve problems, figure everything out.
So we want to settle down that mental stress. And this is a posture that does that. And by the way, they say that it's actually really great for your complexion as well when you go upside down. Okay, and then release out of that. We're pulling the blocks out all together, drawing the knees into the chest, and extending the legs up. Arms go above the head and then lift, and we go right into boat pose. Hold. So you actually want your ribs on the ground. Yeah, perfect, Robin. So you're lifting and then lowering, draw your knees in. Lift back up. Legs go straight up. Lower the legs and lift the upper body. Boat pose. Ooh, I think I'm going to need to turn the air on, you guys. And then drawing the knees in, from there, release and push up into bridge. Holding bridge. Right leg reaches up. Hold it there. I'm going to turn the air on.
It's pretty humid. Keep reaching up, and we're strengthening that back body.
Right.
See if you can lift up just a little bit higher, strengthening that back body.
And then releasing the pelvis to the ground, taking the top leg on top of the opposite leg, draw it in, pull it in, releasing the hip. So if you've been sitting a lot today, this is such a great pose to do at the end of the day. Help release any kind of stagnation, any kind of tension that might have built up in your hips, in your pelvis. And then releasing from there, pushing back up into bridge. Left leg reaches straight up and hold it, strengthening that back body. Reach. Keep lifting up maybe a little bit higher, pushing actively into the right foot. Stay strong. Then lowering that pelvis, taking that foot right on top of the right thigh. Lift. You want to be closer to the knee. Interlace your fingers, draw the right knee in, left knee pushes away. And again, opening up that pelvis, opening up the hip. Oh, that feels so good. And again, if you've been sitting today, this is such a great posture. I always want to remind people, like people that do a lot of hiking or running, they end up getting kind of the same issue. They fatigue the stabilizing muscles. If you're sitting for long periods of time, the stabilizing muscles and our glutes get super tight. So it could kind of feel the same. It's just a different cause. Good. And then from there, release. Legs come up, lift your arms. We're going to lower and lift all the way up. So you bring your feet in, come right into a forward fold. Then step back, right leg lunge. Step back, down dog. Right leg steps forward, high lunge on the other side. And then the back leg steps in, go into an extension. And then fold. Come all the way up, reach, open up the heart, lean back, and then drop into a forward fold.
Coming into an extension. Step back, right leg lunge. And we're going to open up in two directions. So right hand goes on the ground and you're going to turn your torso towards the front leg. So turning towards the front leg, facing that front leg. Then swing that left arm around and it goes right either to the big toe side of the foot or up on the thigh. You're going to drop your back heel and then open up now. So now you're opening up the whole torso. Reach and take the arm alongside the ear. If you're using a block, it's on that big toe side of the foot. Reach. Keep opening up the pelvis so that front knee keeps moving to the outside. Draw the navel in. Then swing your arm around and step that left leg back, down dog. Now we're going to shift forward, modify to the knees, lower, lift up, Bhujanasana. Take it back, down dog. Stepping forward with your right leg, again in that high lunge. And then left hand's on the ground, turning your torso towards that front leg. Reach, extend. Swinging the right arm around, and you have a few options here. Your hand's either going to go on the big toe side of the foot on the floor or with a block, or drop the back heel and come up on the thigh and reach that arm alongside the ear. Kanasana, side angle. Swing the arm around and step back, down dog. Take a few breaths there. Shifting forward into plank. Modify to the knees if you need to. Lower, keep your shoulders, elbows close to your side. Lift up and press back, down dog. Right leg is going to step forward for warrior one and come up. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to rotate around that leg. Open up the heart, releasing. So opening up, creating a bit of a back bend. So we want to activate the spine so we can release tension out of it. Good, and then dropping into rotation. Again, anytime you rotate, you're creating a squeeze on the spine, releasing, squeezing out tension. And then coming back up, come up. But we're going to do it a little bit different. You're going to take the arm, same extended leg behind you. That arm then drops and you open up into kind of an opening of the chest. It's like warrior four, a little bit different because your hips are facing forward and you're reaching. And then release and taking both arms behind you, drop your chest to the thigh. Lift the arms or drop to the inside. Relax your head. Good, you got it, Sina. So press down into me. Down like that. Down, down, yeah. So press like you're trying to push me away. Push me away. So not this way, but down like that. So I'm pushing you this way. You're going to push. Yes. And then release. Relax your head though.
Okay, press down. Yes, that's it. And relax. Oh, there you go. And press one more time. And then relax. Okay, all the way down. Sorry, you guys. Okay, step back, down dog. Take it there. Pause there. Reconnecting with breath. Shifting forward into plank. You could stay in down dog if you want to, but if you want to take Chaturanga Dandasana, you're in plank, lower. Lift up Cobra, Bhujanasana. And take it back, Adho Mukha Savasana, down dog. Then stepping forward with the left leg, Virabhadrasana 1. And again, we're going to open the chest, activate the spine, bend the front knee. Good. Look up. And then releasing, right hand goes to the ground and you're turning your torso towards the front leg. You can use a block, by the way. That'll just give you more extension of the spine, so more lengthening. Then swinging the arm around, come back up. Good, the leg that's behind you, that arm drops. And then you look over the shoulder and open up the front of the torso. Keeping the hips forward. Keep the hips forward. Then releasing that left arm behind you. Interlace your fingers, drop the torso to the thigh or to the inside. Lift. We won't be here quite as long. Good. You guys got it. Relax your head though. Good. So now you've just gotten some space. You didn't have that much before. So press again. Down. Press, press, press. Down towards me. Yep. And then relax. Look at that. Press. You just got like 6 inches. And then release. Press. One more. And release. Awesome. Okay, releasing those arms, step back, down dog. Again, shifting forward into plank and taking Chaturanga Dandasana if you would like. Lift up Bhujanasana. And then we're going to take it back into child's pose. So open up your knees, big toes together, and release. Okay. Take a few more breaths there. Just feeling a little bit more comfortable in here with the air conditioning on. All right, so we're going to come up into a seated position. You may need a block. We're going to be doing a seated pose before we move into the next standing sequence. You might need a block. You can sit on it. So I'm sitting like this. Okay. The right leg is going to come up just like that. Foot is flat. So the right leg comes up just like that. You guys got that? Then you're going to reach forward. Right leg, right arm. Reach forward. Right leg, right arm on the ground. Right leg is foot's flat. Reach forward. The other arm goes behind you. So you're splitting your arms. Drop your head. The head goes down towards your knee. So you can keep both hands on the ground. That's fine. Drop your head.
Good. And then we lift. Now, when we lift, this right arm is going to go, you're just going to kind of lean forward, turn your thumb down. This is called internal rotation. Turn it down, bend your elbow and take your arm behind you. So it looks like this. You're going to go in front, turn, and then you're going to come back and grab either your fingertips, the palm of your hand, or your wrist. Drop your head down. I really like this pose because it opens up the shoulder blade right at the trigger point. So good. That foot is flat in front of you. How is that, you guys? Sina, do you have a strap? I have one. Really close though. Closer than you can realize. Watch. So we're going to have you reach a little bit further forward. Yep. Touch. That's how close you are. So just use a strap, but you're very close. Yeah, you're very close. You got it, Andy. And Andy, you're pretty flexible. I would try to grab your wrist. You got it, Tina. That looks great. Okay. And then you're going to lift up. Oh, yeah. Lift all the way up as much as you can and turn and look over the left shoulder. I'm telling you, it's working out that tension in that upper body. Fantastic. And then release. Whew, that was crazy. All right, let's do the other side. Same thing, you're still seated, but now you're going to take that block underneath you on the left glute side. Bringing the foot in flat. Reach. So one hand goes behind you, the other hand goes in front, and you're just dropping your head. That's our first position. Good. And try to get both hands on the ground. Yeah, you want to reach in front, Patty. Reach in front. You're just reaching. Keep dropping that head. Good. And then from there, oops, we lift up. You're going to reach that arm. Left arm goes right in front of the shin. Turn the thumb, bend the elbow, grab fingertips, middle of the hand or the wrist. Drop your head. Very nice. That looks great. See, now you're even closer on this side. Do you want to try it? Like, no, not really. But look, you're way closer. I mean, really, if we were to just like spend another week, you turn. Yeah, that's it. Got it. Got it. Okay, now staying here. You're going to lift up as high as you can. You're grabbing. You're going to lift up as high as you can. And then turn, look over the right shoulder. It's opening up that shoulder blade. Fantastic. And then release. Good. Coming out of it and going into down dog. Stepping forward, right leg, warrior two. And now we drop the back heel. You're going to line up heel to heel, open up. Look down the middle right finger. Good. We're going to drop into partial Kanasana. We're going to reverse this one. So we're going to go open, and you can drop to the floor or use a block if you would like. Now, keeping your back heel on the ground, you're going to then drop both hands on the ground. Now, if your foot is right underneath not underneath the knee, but in front, you need to move it down so that the ankle and the knee are lined up, because you're going to take your torso right on top of the thigh, back heel is down, and then open up like you're an airplane. Lift your arms. And then lift the torso up a little bit, up off the thigh. Then turn to the right, drop that left hand to the ground. Back heel is down. So it's more intense than the other rotation we did, because the other rotation we did, your heel was off the ground. Now your heel's on the ground. It means it's a fixed point. It's more challenging. And then release. Step back, down dog. You can either stay in down dog or shift forward plank, lower, lift, and back. Stepping forward with the left leg. Again, Virabhadrasana 2. Line up your heels and open, drop. Drop that knee. Keep the torso on top of the pelvis. Looks great, you guys. You're all pros. Now, tailbone points straight down, and you draw the navel in and lift it up. So don't let the belly go plop. I know that's adorable, especially on our little 2-year-olds, our little babies, because babies' bellies just go like that. But when we're adults, it's not so cute anymore. Right? Okay. Nice. And then we go into Parshva. You're either going here to the thigh or to the ground. Nice. That looks great. You can use a block. And that arm goes alongside the ear. It's a big pose. Remember, you're lined up heel to heel. Then the right arm's going to come around and you're going to turn the torso down. Keep your back heel on the ground. So you're facing the torso to the ground. And then we take the arm, left arm on the other side of the foot, and then open up. Nope, we don't go into a rotation yet. You're going to open up both arms flat. Keep the torso on the thigh. Then lift up off the thigh. Arms are coming right out of the armpits, straight out, straight out. Then turn the torso and lift. Heel down. So you're turning, now right hand is on the ground, and that torso is turning towards that bent knee. Nice. That's hard, you guys. It's hard because it's a back strengthener. You're having to hold your weight out there like you're an airplane. It's good for us. Swing the arm around, step back, down dog. Shift forward plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Lift. And then we're going to hold down dog for 5 full breaths. Good. And then we're going to drop down onto our knees. Pick up the right leg, and it goes over the left, and open up your feet, sit back. Now, if you cannot sit in between, you're going to sit on a block. Okay? Can't sit in between, you're going to sit on a block. You have the left leg on top of the right, yes? Okay, so then you're taking your arms in front. Left arm goes under the right. Hands come together. The arms go forward and up. Forward and up. Eagle arms. And then we drop down. So this opens up the back and the hips at the same time. Fantastic. If you're a little more flexible, then you can drop a block down in front of you and go all the way down to the block. I got to turn it this way. Now drop your hands down. Keep opening up that upper back. Oh yeah. Really good. Breathe into your hips. Breathe into your back. And then slowly coming out of that, release. Go forward into a crawling position. You're going to switch sides. Now the left leg goes over the right. Open up your feet, sit back either on a blanket, on a block, or on the floor. Make sure both sit bones are down. You've got the right leg on top of the left. Hold it there. Let your breath settle. Then right arm goes under. Hands together, go forward and up, then drop. Either you're going to go to the knee and drop, or if you're a little more flexible, you use your block. And then let the hands drop. Let the hands drop. Slowly, slowly coming out of that. Whew. And release. Take it back. Push back, down dog. Then right leg steps forward. We're going to go into Trichonasana. Drop your back heel, line up the front heel with the arch of the back foot. Bring your right block in, and then it's on the baby toe side of the foot, and then open up. Trichonasana. Awesome, you guys. And if you want to, you can come up a little bit higher if the block is not high enough. But both legs are straight, you guys. Straight, straight, straight. Yeah. Now take your torso, lean it back, line it up with the front leg. You should be really feeling that edge of having to support yourself in like a balancing posture. Good, and then we're going to lift up, reach, turn both feet towards each other. You've got your right hand reaching in the air. I know online it looks like I'm doing the opposite. Right hand is reaching in the air. You're going to move across to the left foot and open up. So this is my right hand reaching in the air, and you're going to move across to the left foot. Open up, use a block if you need it. Okay, that's what it looks like. Nice. Big rotation. Now see if you can really get the torso to rotate, twist. Hopefully you didn't eat before class, because that's not so fun. I've had people fart in class when we've had to do these kinds of things. It happens. So don't eat before you exercise. Straighten those legs, you guys. And then we rotate back towards the right leg. Drop the back knee.
walking that right foot over, and we're going into pigeon. So using a block or a blanket, place it right underneath the right glute. Start out a little more lifted. Try to drop that left side of the pelvis. Blanket's so much kinder on that nerve. There we go. Okay. Once you've got the pelvis dropping as much as you can, then go down. Now, this pose typically is taught with the heel all the way down into the groin. I really want you to keep the heel pulled up. True pigeon is knee, ankle, heel lined up, but it's hard. So you might be in between, right? And then eventually you work that foot up, work it up, and drop that hip. It's way more intense if you pull the foot up. Now shift your hips over to the left. Drop the hip, drop the weight over to the left side. Drop. That's going to open up the glutes. It's going to open up the rotators on that right side. Again, another opportunity to release. Oh, love it. Good. And then slowly, slowly coming out of that, step back, down dog. You can either hold down dog, or if you want to, you can take Chaturanga Dandasana, lower, lift, back. Left leg then steps forward, lining up the front heel with the arch of the back foot. Set yourself up for Trichonasana. So if it's too much to have your hand on the floor or on a block, then just come up. Straighten those legs. Take your torso, line it up with that front leg, line it up. Good, and then from there, lifting up, you're turning your feet parallel. The left hand now reaches, goes across the body to the right foot, either with or without a block, open up. Nice. Keep those feet parallel. If you want to go a little wider with your feet, you can. There you go. Perfect. And that might feel a little more comfortable. Keep pulling the bottom half of the torso through. Pull it through, wring out the spine. Good, and then from there, slowly coming out of it, rotate back towards the left leg, drop down into a half lunge. And we're gonna walk that left foot over, straight over. Try not to drop it too much towards the groin. Use a blanket or a block. Support the left glutes, upper thigh. Extend that right leg further back. Start out lifted so you can really focus on dropping the right hip. Drop it down. Once you've got that, then go onto the ground with your forearms. Try to balance out that pelvis. So you want to give more weight to the right side. Push down into the right side. Down, down, down.
Keep holding it there, using your breath to soften the pelvis, help release tension out. Good. All right, and then we're going to take our weight over to the left side. So if you have a block there, you need to pull it out. Bring the right leg around, doing rotation. Both sit bones down, either on the floor or you can sit up on a blanket. Sit up tall. You've got the right leg over on the outside of the left thigh. Then rotate towards that right leg. Big rotation. That feels good. I know I'm going to turn off the air here. See, now we're starting to wind down. And then we release and switch. Right leg goes under, left leg goes over on the outside of the right thigh. Sit up tall, then rotate. We did a really intense pose in yin. We did this pose bound. How do you do on that? You did. You did it. It was so good though. You looked like you were doing it. So let me just show you on Andy. This arm, this arm goes through.
Oh, that I could do, yeah.
And
For
you
some
grab.
odd reason.
Look at her. She's beautiful. So the bound posture that we did in right leg under in yin was this arm. You could come down and grab the foot or you push it through. And then the other arm comes around and you grab. So it looks like this. I'm pushing the right arm through. There it is. Grab. You're looking over that left shoulder. It's pretty intense. Hard, huh? Did you get it? It looks like you're there. Yeah, you got it. Now, so you hold on. Now you got to lift right here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Isn't it great? All right, and then release. Extend both legs straight out. Forward fold. Oh. Relax. Okay, so from our forward fold, we're going to be now going into our restorative postures. How nice. Can you believe it? We're already there. So the first one, I want to actually open up one side of the body at a time. So one arm is going to come up and either go to the left shoulder or to the center. Okay? And you're on your back. You're going to go on your back. You might want to grab your bolster and support your legs. So the one hand goes down. Oops. And you're, sorry guys, my mic. And you're laying on it and holding it there. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like you're just holding that position, laying on the ground. Do you guys feel the stretch? Anybody not feel it? Nothing? You guys feeling it? You feel it like in your arm and your, do you feel it at all? Yeah. So you're just laying back. And it's a way of helping to open up gently, softly, without doing anything. You're just resting in that position.
your head is holding your arm down in that position. So it's a way of doing a nice big opening, but you're totally relaxing in it. Completely relaxing in it. And then we're going to release that arm and do the other arm. So the left arm now comes up. The hand either goes to the center where the spine is or to the right shoulder, and you drop the head down. You do whichever one feels most comfortable. I kind of like my hand a little bit more towards the shoulder because then my head rests on the forearm a little more comfortably. And you're holding it there. Good. And then slowly, slowly coming out of that, we're going to then lift up, roll to one side, lift up, take your bolster in front, running out of time. And we're going to do the fetal position type of pose. Oops, sorry, you guys. Gosh. Okay, so you're going to take your bolster and one goes right under and the other one goes under at the tip. Turn and rest. Now, if this hurts to be on the top of your feet like that, you need to sit on another block or your blanket. Roll it up and sit on it. That just is going to give you some relief so you don't have so much pressure on the top of your feet. Remember that bolster needs to be right there in the groin, and then you drop and completely rest the whole body on the bolster. Completely rest. And anytime you start feeling the neck needing to be adjusted, turn your head and look to the other side, or just to kind of balance it out, turn your head and look to the other side.
I'm loving that bolster for you, Andy. I think it's perfect. Okay. All right, slowly, slowly coming out of it. Our last restorative posture, you guys are all at the wall. You're going to turn, take your bolster to the wall, and I would just pull your mat, just pull it right to the wall. Take your bolster there, sit on the bolster, take your legs right up the wall. And this is our last restorative posture, and you're keeping that pelvis lifted. We started out with this pose today, and we're ending with it. And again, it's a way of settling any kind of overstimulating, stressful energy that is getting stuck in our head. You got it, Sina. Just pull it right under. Yeah, perfect. There you go. So you might have to bring that bolster a little bit away. So when you come up. Yeah, you'll be okay. Watch. So come up like this. Go down here. So I see how I pulled it out. And then you're just going to lean back. I would actually come back. Lean back. Lift. And that's how you're going to do it, because this is a big bolster. I know, it's hard to do. Let me just come on down into this little tiny corner. All right. So you just kind of get your butt up there, but you have to pull the bolster away from the wall a little bit to do that. It's trickier with the bigger bolsters, but honestly, Andy, the bigger bolster is better because it gets your pelvis up higher. Yeah. All right, and then rest. Make sure that you're completely relaxing the arms to the side. Yeah. Let go of your hands, your fingers, your arms, your shoulders, your face. Imagine that any kind of mental energy that might have gotten stuck or fixated in the upper body is able to release and dissipate outward. Good. And then slowly, slowly, I know we're not there for very long, but that's because we need to do Shavasana. So slowly rolling to one side and now setting yourself up for Shavasana. With Shavasana, remember it means corpse. You want to take that bolster, support your lower back by supporting the knees with the bolster. If you're feeling chilly, it's not very chilly here in Reno these days because it's so humid. You want to lay back, palms up in a receiving position, and then definitely covering your eyes. So if you've got a sock or a towel or an eye pillow, something that you can use to cover your eyes, that would be great. And relax.
Deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Gently roll to your right side. Pause there. Take your time. Slowly, slowly bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands together and connecting your thumbs to your heart. Close your eyes. Allow your awareness to move gently into the breath, feeling the inhale, feeling the exhale. Notice the spaces in between the breath. Let the breath be relaxed. Or just watching it, feeling it. And let the body be gently massaged internally by that soothing, calm breath. No strain in the breath. Let the body feel that. Be nourished by it. May you support yourself this evening by having quiet, settled, mellow evening. Create ambiance, dimming your lights, reducing stimulation to the eyes, to the ears, and allowing yourself to sink into this quiet stillness. May you have a restful night of sleep and awaken in the morning feeling refreshed. Namaste. Very nice.